All right, let's jump right in. There is a huge shift happening right now in the world of health, and it's being led by younger generations. We're talking about millennials and Gen Z. They are totally rewriting the rulebook, moving away from just fixing what's broken and instead building a whole lifestyle around well-being. And you know what's right at the heart of this big change? Chiropractic care.
It really all comes down to this one simple question. When you think about your body and your health, are you looking for a temporary painkiller or a long-term health builder? Your answer to that question, well, it pretty much explains this massive generational divide that we're seeing today.
And here's what that divide looks like side by side. The old way, it was all reactive. You'd wait for something to hurt, for something to break, and then you'd go get it fixed. But this new wellness mindset, it is completely proactive. It's not about one-off visits when you're sick. It's about this daily commitment to feeling good and optimizing for the long run. This isn't just some fad, it's a whole new philosophy on how to live. So let's actually unpack this new wellness mindset. What does it really mean to go from thinking about health as just a series of fixes to seeing it as a daily, ongoing commitment? Well, there's a fantastic term for this new type of health consumer: maximalist optimizers. And these are not people who are just kind of dabbling. No, they're super savvy, and they're investing in the entire spectrum of wellness. We're talking everything from what they eat to how they move to their mental health and even the self-care tech they use. And they expect it all to work together. So why is this happening now? Well, it's driven by a real desire for care that feels more natural and empowering. People are actively seeking out drug-free, non-invasive options that focus on long-term vitality. And they are absolutely putting their money where their mouth is. Wellness spending is surging, creating this market that's, get this, proving to be surprisingly recession-resistant. Okay, so what are the big drivers behind this shift? It really boils down to three major forces: our increasingly digital lives, the power of social proof, and a much deeper appreciation for the mind-body connection. First up, let's talk about a very modern problem for a very digital generation: tech neck. I mean, think about it. We spend hours a day looking down at our phones, our tablets, our laptops. This isn't just a bad habit anymore. It's now a recognized condition that's causing real physical changes to our spines, and it's starting earlier than ever. It's basically the physical price we're paying for living online. And hey, if you think tech neck sounds a little over the top, just listen to this. A source described a viral TikTok that showed actual x-rays of millennials, people in their 20s and 30s who were already developing spinal curvature and even things that looked like horn-like bone growths, all from looking at their devices. I mean, wow, seeing that makes the problem pretty hard to ignore. And that's really the bottom line here. Tech neck has officially moved on from being a funny meme to being a documented, serious medical reality. Our digital lifestyle has created a physical problem at a massive scale. And now a whole generation is out there looking for a real solution. But here's the irony. The very same platforms that are contributing to the problem, they're also becoming part of the solution. Social media, especially platforms like TikTok and Instagram, has totally changed how we see chiropractic care. All those oddly satisfying adjustment videos and authentic patient stories, they've made the whole practice seem normal, accessible, and way less intimidating. It just fits perfectly with this generation's culture of transparency. And the final piece of the puzzle is a much deeper awareness of that mind-body connection. I mean, more than any generation before them, young adults really get that physical issues like poor posture or constant tension have a direct impact on their mental state. It affects everything from their mood and stress levels to how well they sleep and focus. They really see physical alignment as just another tool in their mental health toolkit. So you take all these new priorities, all these new demands, and you've created the perfect environment for a pretty old practice to find this whole new modern appeal. Let's look at exactly why chiropractic is fitting so perfectly into this new wellness world. And the data, it absolutely backs this up. A Harris poll from 2021 found something that is just staggering. 53% of young adults between 18 and 32 would rather see a chiropractor for neck or back pain than a medical doctor. 53%! That number just blows away what you see in older generations, and it shows a really fundamental shift in who people trust with their health. So why the huge preference? Well, a big part of it is that the care itself just feels more modern and personal. It's not about a one-size-fits-all prescription. Instead, it feels like a collaborative journey. It starts with a thorough assessment, often using new digital imaging. Then it moves into coaching with practical, real-world advice for your life. And it all leads to alignment, with adjustments and movements that are tailored just for you. It feels empowering. All right, for our last section, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture here. We're talking market trends and also some really important ethical considerations for the industry as it grows. The economic side of this is huge because this generation sees wellness as a flat-out necessity, not a luxury. They've basically created a recession-resistant demand. Think about that. Even when money gets tight, spending on health and wellness remains a top priority. Of course, with all this popularity comes a lot of responsibility. The future success of the industry really hinges on clear, ethical messaging. That means being totally upfront that chiropractic care is there to support the musculoskeletal and nervous system as complementary care, something that works with other medical partners, not as a replacement for all of them. A foundation in science and a true patient-first philosophy, absolutely non-negotiable. And that really leaves us with one big, final thought to chew on. We've just seen how our digital lives have literally reshaped our bodies and our entire approach to wellness. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, as our lives become even more digital, how is our very definition of what it means to be healthy going to evolve next?